Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then the paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here. And in the previous lesson, I had given you homework to add the dialog box over here whenever there is an error. So I hope that you have done it already. And if not, let's go and see how I have added. So let's go back to the view model over here. And in the state over here, I'm setting the error as the null, because once you set the error, you need to clear it once you can call that particular add user method over here. And here I have disabled the each added the true, and I have enabled the error as something went wrong over here. And then in this particular screen here, I have just listened to the error. If the error is not equals to the of the null, then I want to show that particular dialog over here. And now if I go and add this particular user, you will see that something went wrong. That is what we have set up over here. So this is a simple way that you can show actually error dialog over here, or depending on the listener state or the provider state, you want to show alert dialog, navigate, or you want to show some the snack bars and all of the stuff you can do with the listener over here. And now let's go and see how we can go and select the specific the state of the provider itself. Currently, if you see, the ref.listener is listening to the whole of the provider, and we are getting actually the whole the user state. So we are getting the whole state over here, but in some of the cases you don't want to go and watch all of the user state over here, because in the state class or in your custom state class, you may have a lot of the state over here, right? A lot of the state that you want to maintain. So what I want to do is, let's say I want to go and listen to only the state change in the each added over here. So what I can do is go and select over here, and selector, you will see that this is the callback function, right? And what I need to do, this is a function, right? So what I can do is, let's just go and add the callback function over here, and this will give us the okay. So I need to provide the state over here, that is the the state over here, and I'll just go and say the state dot the I will access the each added only. And now if I go and see over here, the previous is a boolean, is and also here next is a boolean. So now what I can do is the next value, right? So next value doesn't have, so I'll just go and remove the each added, because the next is already each added, that is the what we have selected over here. So now this is also a valid one. So what I will do is, I'll just go and copy the same concept over here, and I'll do the same thing for my this particular each error over here. So let's just go and select the error over here, and this will be of the string type, which is of the nullable type. So what I will do is, I'll just go and remove the error from here, and let's just go and check that one, and let's just go and remove this one from here. Let's just go and remove this, and now I will just go and set this one as the next itself, or I'll just go and say dot the to string over here. That should be good enough over here. And now I can remove this one from here. Let's just go and remove that. And now let's just go and rerun our application over here. And let us go to the add screen. Let's try to go and add some, like, let's just go and add some random user over here, and let's just go and add this one. And now we can see it's still working fine. So now we have the listener for a specific state change. So I want to just listen to the error state change as well as the each added, and rest I don't want to listen, right? You may have a lot of the state in this particular custom user state, but what we are doing is we are just going to listen it to a specific state, so we can select that one. Similarly, we can do the same thing for our, let's go to the user list screen over here. And if you can notice here, we are watching the user state over here. And as I mentioned, that it is not always good to listen to all of the state over here, or to watch all of the provided state over here, because you may have a lot of these states, right? And we may only need a specific one. So what I can do is I can just go and select over here, and in this select, this is a callback, and this will provide us this state, and this state we can access the user list over here. And if you go and read the documentation, select function allows filtering unwanted rebuild of the widget by reading only the property that we care about. So basically, if you are using the ref.watch, it prevents the your widget from rebuild. So like if the user or the state dot the each added is changed, so we don't want to go and rebuild over here. So let's just go and remove this one for now, and let's just try to go and log something over here, and then I'll just go and say debug the debug print over here. So let's just go and say the debug print over here, and let's just go and say the user screen has been built over here. And if I go and reload my application, you'll see that the user screen has been built. Let's just go over here, and if I try to add something over here, let's just go and add some random value over here. And if I try to add, you will see that this is still called over here. So user screen, the build method still called. That is because we are watching each and every state that is provided from the user provided over here. But what we want to do is we don't want to go and rebuild each and every time that the state change in our user provider, which basically means that we only want to rebuild the screen or the user list screen when the user value changes. So let's go back, and what we can do is we know already we have to select, and here I can just go and provide the state over here, and then this is going to return us the state dot the users, right? Sorry for that, it should be inside of this one dot the users over here. And now let's just go and remove this one. This is not what we want. Let's just go and remove that. And now let's try to go and try to rebuild our application. And now if I go and try to add some user, let's just go and add some user over here. Let's just go and add it. I'll add the user. Now you see that the user still got rebuilt over here. And I guess that may be something we have done incorrectly. So let's go to the view model. And yeah, so here this is because we are updating the user itself, so which means that the user is changing. So whenever there is an error, I actually don't want to go and update the user over here. So let's just go and rebuild the application, and if I try to go and add some user, or let's add some random user over here and add it, so you'll see that it doesn't rebuild over here. And what I will do over here is I guess the previous example was not correct, so I'll just go and copy this one again, and let's try to go and remove all of this. and that should be fine. Let's try to go and see that if this debug print is, or the build method is called multiple times over here. So let's just go and add some value over here. And okay, so let's just add the user, and now you can see that it is rebuilding the every time you add that one, right? So whenever the state changes, basically you're watching the whole state over here, which is of the user state. That's why it's going to be like rebuilding your widget multiple times. So that's not a good way, or it's not a best practice over here to watch all of this state unless you have some requirement to do so. Otherwise it's going to call your build method multiple times, and that's not good for the performance as well. Just for a simple application like this, it doesn't matter, but once you are building a complex application, you need to take care of this as well. You don't want to rebuild your widget as like the multiple times, right? So let's meet up in the next lesson. Till then, have a great day.